يلا نبدأ. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We'll start this session about second half results of Oman Chromite Company. I will start as normal in Arabic because this is recorded session, and after I'll go to the English. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الأخوة المساهمون الكرام، السادة المحللين الماليين المهتمون بنتائج الشركة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، والشكر لبورصة مسقط على تنظيم هذه الجلسة. يسرني أن أستعرض معكم أبرز ملامح أداء الشركة خلال النصف الأول من عام 2026، وهي فترة عملت فيها الشركة في ظل ظروف إقليمية استثنائية أثرت على سلاسل الإمداد والشحن البحري، ومع ذلك بفضل الله تعالى حققنا نتائج تجاوزت توقعاتنا في الموازنة المعتمدة. على صعيد النتائج بلغت المبيعات 58,000 طن بزيادة 33% عن الفترة المماثلة من العام الماضي، وارتفعت الإيرادات الإجمالية إلى نحو 3.5 مليون ريال عماني بنمو 49%، فيما بلغ صافي الربح بعد الضريبة 624,000 ريال عماني بزيادة 52% عن النصف الأول من 2025. وقد جاء جزء من هذا الأداء نتيجة قرار استراتيجي بتسييل المخزون لتعزيز السيولة، والتي ارتفعت من 259,000 ريال في مطلع العام إلى 1,330,000 في نهاية يونيو. تشغيليا سجلنا محطتين مهمتين: بدء الإنتاج الفعلي في منجم جبجبة كأول تعاون مع شركة تنمية معادن عمان. بدأ الإنتاج في مايو بوتيرة تفوق المستهدف، وأيضا صدور أول تصريح تعديني في منطقة امتياز 11,000 في نهاية يونيو، والمتوقع بدء الإنتاج في هذه المنطقة أو في هذا المنجم خلال الربع الثالث من هذا العام. وكما حافظنا على سجل سلامة استثنائي بصفر إصابات مضيعة للوقت. وفي المقابل وبكل شفافية نواجه تحديين رئيسيين: الأول انخفاض متوسط سعر البيع نتيجة تحميل جزء من تكاليف الشحن المرتفعة نتيجة الظروف السياسية أو الظروف الجيوسياسية في المنطقة. والثاني تسجيل حصة خسارة من الشركة الزميلة سبائك الخليج بسبب توقف الإنتاج لعدم توافر الخام، وهو ما انعكس على توقعاتنا المحدثة لنهاية العام. نتوقع أن نحقق قريب من 900,000 طن رقية مع نهاية 2026، نأمل أن نحقق أفضل. خلاصة الموقف: أساسيات الشركة التشغيلية قوية، مركزنا النقدي متين ولله الحمد. النصف الثاني سيعتمد على 3 عوامل: دخول الإنتاج في منطقة 11,000، يعني دخول الإنتاج في التشغيلي، واستعادة سبائك الخليج نشاطها، وأيضا مسار أسعار الكروم عالميا واللي يتأثر بظروف النقل. أيضا نقطة جديرة بالذكر أن خلال الفترة شاركنا في المزايدة على عطاءات مناطق امتياز جديدة، ونتوقع إن شاء الله صدور نتائج وأخبار طيبة في القريب العاجل. I'll switch to English. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Thanks for esteemed shareholders and all these interested people and attendants in this session, and your interest about Oman Chromite. And thank to Muscat Exchange for their organizing this session. It is my pleasure to present the highlights of Oman Chromite Company performance for the first half of 2026, a period in which the company operated under exceptional regional conditions that disturbed supply chain and shipping in the area, and yet delivered good results that exceed the approved period plan across most of the key indicators. On the results, the sales reached 58,000 tons with an increase of 33% year on year. Total revenue rose to approximately 3.5 million, an increase of 49%. And net profit after tax reached 624,000 with up of 52% in the first half of 2025, and ahead of the period budget. Part of this performance reflects deliberated strategic decision to liquidate inventory in order to strengthen liquidity, which rose from 259,000 Riyal Omani at the start of the year to approximately 1.33 million by end of June. Operational-wise, we marked 2 important milestones. The first one is the start of the actual production at Jibjiba mine in May, which is the first mining cooperation between Oman Chromite Company and MDO company. This mine is belong to MDO, and we will be the operator for it. And the second one is the issuance of the first mining permit in the new concession 11A for the mine, we call it CS01. The permit issued at the end of June, and inshallah we expect to operate in third quarter of this year. Actually, the operation already commenced there. We also maintain an exceptional safety record with 0 lost time injury. At the same time, we facing two principal challenges: the impact of the rise of the shipping cost and the revenue due to the geopolitical situation, and share of the loss from our associate. We share losses, or the losses from the associate Gulf GAM, Gulf Alloy and Metals, which their production also impacted by the geopolitical situation, and they facing shorting of the raw material. This reflects our update of the full year outlook, and we expect net profit to around 900,000 to 1 million. Inshallah, we can achieve better, which is 3 times more than 2025 results. Also, we participate in bidding of a new concession announced by the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, and hopefully we'll hear good news soon. In summary, the company operational fundamentals are strong, our cash position is solid, and the second half will impact on the 3 factors, or depends on 3 factors. The first one, under control, the CS, or the new mine entering a production from 11A, our concession. The second one is the resumption of the GAM operation, which is will start inshallah by September. The raw materials in the way will reach the port soon, and we'll start the operation again. And the third one is the global chromite price, which is impacted by the shipping cost. That's in summary. I am open for any questions and comments, please. تفضلوا إذا في أي سؤال. نحن انهينا السمري يعني. إذا أي حد عنده سؤال تفضل. Yes, Mr. Saud, please go ahead.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Thank you for the brief. I had a couple of questions, and to begin with, this new mining license in the 11A concession area, you said that the production is expected to start from the third quarter of this year. So that is in the current quarter, the production has started?
Yes, it started. We already started. We mobilized, we
Mashallah,
finished
that's good.
mobilization, and alhamdulillah, the production started.
Great. Would you be able to give us some color on the numbers, and what should we expect in terms of how much production in percentage terms should we see a rise in with this specific new production?
Yeah, by end of the year, we should achieve around 75,000 tons production, and total sales will be around 83 to 85,000 tons.
And this is including the new capacity, right?
Yeah, because you know this is the first, let's say, the first period normally for any mine is start with the development. So this is roughly equal to the last year budget. Last year performance 2025, where we produce around 70 something, okay, 75 also. But
Yes.
speak about capacity, because we start to operate for NDO also. So the total production from Oman Chromite mines, which will be 75,000, and from MDO, which we are operating for them also to utilize the capacity, total will be around 123. So it will be another, let's say, it will be a historical record for the company.
Okay, I'm sorry. So total you mentioned is 123, but 75 will be for Oman Chromite, and the rest is for MDO, right?
For MDO, yes. Our
Okay.
agreement with
Okay.
them
And
is an operational agreement, so we produce to them, and we charge them in the production how many tons we produce.
okay, and is that number meaningful to the company's bottom line? whatever you charge them, or is it a very small number?
It will have a good considerable يعني impact on the net profit for this year.
Okay.
Around
And
impact around 30 to 40% if profit.
yes, okay, and that was my next question, that would it number be different than what it was last year, the MTO thing?
No, sorry, again, can you come back?
So the charge that you because of the services that you provide to MTO, and you charge a number for it, you mentioned that it's going to be significant. Is it how different is it from the services that were provided last year, or is it the same, that the last year's numbers also had this charge?
Let's say last year we did not operate with MDO, so it was only OCC production. Okay. Last year it was the total profit was much lower actually, because
Yes.
the impact of the global prices went down last year, and this year price improved, but we have the shipping cost which take over any improvement in the market price. That's why
Yes.
the only way to change the performance of the company is the growth, so increase the production. And that's why we work in the two angles. We increase our own, let's say, mines production with the new area coming to surface. I expect next year will be more acceleration in our mines. Okay. And also, we at the same time we deal with MDO to give us another feed of income. And I cannot say for next year how much will be, but this year, as I told you, around 30% impact will be from this new deal with the MDO.
And that's 30% of sales, right? Or 30% of profit, are you saying?
30% of the profit. Because
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
we are giving to the MDO, they are the owner of the materials.
Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. If there are any other questions, I'll be happy to go back in line. If there are none, I would like to ask a couple more questions.
Thank you very much. I think one thing's here, we assigned Saif as the new, now he's the relationship with the investors. Okay, so his name and his contact in the Muscle Exchange. If any questions, you can send to him, and of course we'll reply to you.
Sure, great.
Good. Any other person? Any questions? If not,
I'm sorry, if there are no other questions, I can.
please go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so my next question is on your sales. You mentioned that you expect 83 to 85,000 tons of materials to be sold this year. If I'm looking at your half year's numbers, you have already sold 58,000 during the half year. So for the next 6 months, isn't your total sales lower than, I mean, way lower than what they were? If your number, if I take 85, that's only 35,000 when it was 58,000 in the first half. So, isn't this number a little bit low?
Yeah, because we produce actually, if you remember, last year we produced around 74,000 roughly, and this year 75. But the sales in the 2 years, last year was above 80, and this 80,000 also this year to be 83 to 85. That means we are, what happened this year, we accelerate the sales. The inventory level reduce actually. So we have to compensate it by more production. So in general, we are selling more than what we produce actually, and the inventory going down. I expect next year to rebuild this, and we have more growth in the production. And hopefully let's say the sales will be following the production. This 2 years was we accelerated the sales, we reduced the inventory to liquidate the inventory, and to let's say have it as a cash to encash it. It's,
Okay, makes sense. So
this is actually as per the plan. Actually, we plan to from beginning to sell like up this amount 80,000, but normally we sell say like 50-50. But because when the geopolitical situation started, and this is important point to mention, we changed our shipping to bulk shipping. Okay, so in the bulk shipping is not like you have consistent month by month. you have one big deal when you are making big quantity in one ship. Luckily, also we had deal with a new company, state-owned company called OMTC, or Oman Mineral Trading Company. They take offer the sales of the or the export of Omani ores to outside. So in conjunction with them, we are working to supply to them the materials along with our other producers, and they put it in the bulk shipment and send as big quantity.
Okay, great. Thank you. My next question is regarding your new 11A concession area, the mining that you are starting in this year. And then obviously, as you mentioned that at the start, the production is not at full capacity. But by next year, how much production increase do you expect, coming from here? So 75,000 tons is what your normal production is on average in a given year. With this new contract, how much production do you expect in 2027?
Yeah, that's actually a good question, because take you to the history, the back. If you notice the performance, the company was going down year to year. And that's because we didn't have the new concession. There was a stop to issue new permits, and we bid to a new concession, which we got it a year and a half from now. Normally the exploration take time, so we were busy the last 1 year and a half to accelerate our exploration. Alhamdulillah, we start to have the new resources coming. It's too early to judge, because normally in the exploration take 3 years exploration. So, but we try to accelerate because of our reality that we don't have too much resources. Having said that, we expect growth. I don't want to commit too much, but in my mind to have like 20% growth every year from our production. So 75 plus, hopefully we'll have 20% growth. In addition to that, we are preparing ourselves to serve MDO as the main operator. Okay, and I hope, inshallah, next session I can give you more clear, let's say, outlook about 2027 and beyond the program.
Yes, that will be very helpful, because when we value a company, we obviously look at it on a going concern basis. Now, Oman Chromite, the company is doing really well. The margins are great. The production is good. You guys are managing the inventory really well. And as you mentioned, you're very proactive. You saw that the geopolitics are not in your favor, and therefore you sold a bulk portion of the current year's production plans ahead of it, which portrays actually that the management is actively looking into the operations, and obviously that's very commendable. I appreciate you guys. But the thing is that obviously, you guys, the business that Oman Chromite operates in is practically finite or limited, right? So you have a mine. The mine has limited resources. Until we know how many resources or how much life the mine actually has got, it would be very hard for us to value a company, right? So in that sense, would you be able to give us some clarity on how many more years do you think that you will be able to sustain at least this 75,000 tons production level?
Yeah, I think with the growth, with the new area, I have no, let's say, doubt we have at least 4 or 5 years ahead. Okay, but I don't have it as a fact, as geological informations now. What we have is the early indication of the number of mines we can see in the surface. We have to do a lot of work to do drilling. We have to follow up proper geological standards. We are using the Australian standard JORC, which can tell us how much reserve we have. But our, let's say, estimation based on our history, what we can see in the new area should take us for next 5 years minimum.
Great. And then after the next 5 years, you guys obviously will have opportunities for other exploration, right, in the area as well. And that should provide, with exploration, the production should continue on, if
Well,
obviously there are reserves and economic.
exploration, the mining company like oxygen, we have to always to do it. It's like sustaining investment for us is the exploration. Yes, you are right. We have to continue. We also exploring underground mining now. Still early stage of engineering, but that means that if that works, normally underground need huge deposits. But what we have in Oman here is multi-small deposits. So, but we try to find solution from companies work in the same, other countries work in the same, let's say, situations. If that's work, we could unblock another, let's say, 2/3 resources, which is underground, it can be unblocked. Of course, have to be economical, have to be visible.
Yes.
But the potential is there.
Great. Okay. And my final question is regarding your dividends, obviously. So, as you mentioned, you guys have plans for exploration and all of that. And with the accelerated selling, I guess that you guys have inventory that is free now, and therefore free cash flows would be higher. So, should we expect a similar payout ratio to what it was last year? Because last year, if I'm not wrong, you had announced 100 Baisa cash and then a 10% bonus. So, is that a set limit that it's either going to be 100 Baisa, that's the cap, or it can increase with the increase in profitability, because profitability is expected to go up this year, right?
Yeah, we normally put as policy, we need to keep a considerable amount of the profit, also of the revenue, or the whatever cash generated from operation for the sustaining. Okay, normally we try to balance different between 10 to 20%, and the rest we keep it as let's say, sustaining investments for future. I cannot commit. We have to see next year performance. Sorry, end of the year performance, and then we have as normal, we have the board discussion. But my expectation is to have similar like what we did last year. Unfortunately, this year I have to say also it's a good point to mention. Because when we are going to distribute the dividend, we have the war and the stop of the sales. And alhamdulillah, we found the alternative solution through the bulks. But at that time, we decided to split the dividend to ensure that we have safety cash. We are going to, let's say, distribute in September the dividend of last year as remaining the dividend as announced. Okay, and listen there, we have to have, let's say, contingency due to this geopolitical situation. We always, as a company, should be strong. We have sure to have multi options, and we're studying all that options now. We believe that we'll be able to give dividend to the shareholders and at the same time to grow.
Right. Just a small follow-up on the dividend. You said that it's expected to be similar to what it was the last year. So the last year you obviously split the dividends between cash and bonus, right? So is by similar you mean that the split would also be there? So, or is it only going to be cash? Because we investors and analysts, we always like the cash dividend more than the bonus. So is it going to be a split like last year, or just cash on the similar payout ratio basis?
Well, this is this board decision. Normally, we put it in the things. Our management, let's say, we can recommend some things. Okay, and I cannot commit now. My recommendation, if the same war situation is remaining, all the things to have the same 10 plus 10. Okay, but if things improve, I would like even to have 20% cash. Let's monitor the situation now to the end of the year and see the cash and the global situation.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir, for all of the answers. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for valuable questions. Thanks. So if there is no other comments, then I'd like to thank all of you for the interest. Always because I'm in a mining company, so I'm a fan of the mining sector. So I encourage the analysts to keep eye on it. Inshallah, things will change positively. As I mentioned, the company went through a period that's decline, and now we are turning the curve up. So you need to wish us all the best, and also, inshallah, we should have good results. Good job. Thank you very much to everybody. Thanks. Good.